Hello and welcome.
Good morning.
To the new Gogglefrogs. The kit that we use, the software that we use, has had a bit of a refresh. So that's it. It's all live. It's all done. And whoopee do. Oh, and hello to Ollie as well. So we have the wonderful Marion. You have me, and we have Ollie joining us as well. So if you don't know Ollie, he's that beautiful dog that sat at Marion's side. So I'm Angela, this is Marion, and we're going to be with you for the next hour. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I do have some things that I want to show you. So there's a few things queued, if you know what I mean. So rules are, I hope that you've got a nice cup of tea or a cup of something. Yeah, I've just refreshed my cup of tea just before. Yeah, it's a good thing to do. And I hope that you've got something to knit, crochet, you name it. And mine's taking shape, look. Marion?
Yeah, oh wow.
It's almost a bag. So it's like, it's nearly there. Who knows?
Drop a lot, you know, Angela. When you've got something heavy in it, it's going to drop an awful lot.
Not really. It's I've looked at it's not the biggest strap in the world. They were a lot smaller, but it was just no. I know when I go shopping, these are the length of the market bags that I have, and just because of the yarn and the size needle, there's not much give. So I'm going to redo it, a smaller one, because as soon as I finished, my mum said, "Can I have one of those?" I said, "Yeah, of course you can." So, thought she can have this one, but I'm going to make another one. They are so nice. I hope you've got something that you're working on.
I'm using my new oldie recycled plastic bottle yarn.
That's a nice colour.
Yeah, and comes in a soft green as well, and pink.
They are beautiful colours together. What do you all think? Marion, I think that is beautiful. What are you making with those three?
Because it's on a size needle that I wouldn't usually use these days. It's on a 7mm. I'm just going to knit up a blanket to see how it goes.
Good choice, but beautiful colours.
Yeah, so it's just a plain garter stitch blanket.
Oh, and I'm sure we'll either see a bit of a tidbit or something like that as to what style it's going to be.
Well, so let's look on at 1 o'clock this morning.
Oh dear. So anyway, if you're here for the first time, there's a chat box in the right hand side. Please let us know where you're watching from, and we read out the comments in the chat box. And if you're watching on replay, hello to everyone on replay. We will read out the chat box because that bit isn't recorded. And if you're watching on YouTube on whatever decade, again, hello, and we'll read that out for you as well. So yeah, so I just hope you've had a wonderful weekend. It's been 2 days since we saw you on Saturday. So yeah, hopefully you've got lots of knitting done. I didn't actually feel as if I've got much knitting done, but I am making progress. So, and do you know what the best thing is? I'm back on the chow goos, which is great. So chow goos are a little bit challenging if you're having to stick your needle through, because you know when you have to pick up lots of stitches and then knit the first few rounds on the chow goos, they were a little bit prickly, but now I'm back on them. That absolutely.
Now I find the opposite. I've had to go to my wooden knit pros.
Oh, right.
The only ones I've gone in 7mm, and they're the wooden interchangeables.
Yeah.
I'm not finding them as smooth. I'm really finding that I'm having to work with them.
What, chow goos?
No, I haven't got. I'm not using chow goos. My chow goos were so smooth, I really didn't have to work at it. With these, I have to work at pushing it back through the yarn. With the chow goos, I didn't. It was just a lovely fluid movement.
I have to say, That's what I'm finding now. The only challenging bit I found was just when I was really trying to force it through. You know, this, which is a very structured yarn, but now I'm back on them. I agree. I can tell such a difference, a real difference.
Yeah.
And it's just, if you've never tried them, borrow somebody's. You don't have to buy a pair for yourself. Just borrow somebody's, and find a little project that will work on whatever mill needle size they can lend you. So they are really
grateful
lovely.
to Jackie. Jackie very kindly sent me a couple of pairs to try, and that was it. I was hooked.
Snap.
Absolutely hooked.
Yeah,
I
snap.
can't imagine using anything else now. I really can't.
It's strange. I've got a box and 2 big bags of knitting needles. And do you know what? I've got 2 pairs of Chalgoos, and they're constantly in my bag traveling with me.
Yeah.
So so I'll have to buy a few more sizes, but I love them. So anyway, let's take some good morning, shall we? I'm just trying to find where everybody is, because as I said, this is new. Everything's moved around today. So on episode 235, everything is new. So let's have a look and see who's here. So good morning, Marion. Lovely to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judy. Lovely to see you today.
Good morning.
And good morning, Janice in, is it sunny London? And good morning, Brigitte. Lovely to see you. And good morning, Anne. Lovely to see you. And I know there was Angela a minute ago, so maybe she's dropped out. But yeah, that will keep happening. So don't worry. So small but perfectly formed on this Monday morning. And I know some people have already said that, sorry, got to go wherever. The world is starting to open back up normally now, isn't it? So we've got lots of things happening. But don't worry, the replay is automatically sent about 45 minutes after the show, so you'll have that. And yes, so Brigitte says, morning peeps, episode 235. Thank you so much. And Angela said good morning. Judy says good morning. Brigitte says, I'm not keen on wooden needles.
Sorry, can I stop you? What was that funny little sort of noise? It's a chatter noise. Try hitting your keyboard again, or doing what you were doing. Yeah, it's ever so clear. It's like a chatter.
My webcam wobbling.
Well, as long as that's the only thing that's wobbly, we'll be all right.
Well, I think that's what it is anyway. Is it gone now?
Well,
not there now, is it? No, it was the webcam. I hadn't put it on properly. Learn something new every day. Even on to episode 235, there will be technical glitches or hitches. Who knows what could happen? So Brigitte was saying that she's not keen on wooden needles, and to be honest, I'm not overly keen on them. I just find that the you know me, I love the Aero. I love Pony. These are a good old fashioned favourite. But I have used the cubic ones. I like the cubic ones, but I'm not a lover of the wooden needles. But when I do socks, when I eventually do my first pair of socks, I am going to try them on wooden DPMs, because I know I tried them on metal DPNs and I just found the blooming things flying out all the time because there was no grip whatsoever.
So wooden for me for my socks. Bamboo. I go for the bamboo.
Yeah, wooden bamboo.
But these, I had, and I still have got a fair few. I bought the whole lot of Knit Pro.
Did you?
And I really liked them at the time, but now, sorry, but no, not for me. I've got some Addy non-interchangeable circulars, and they catch, I find for me, they catch here at the join, even though they're a bit thicker.
Right.
Just the shaft as it goes into the wire. What I like about the chow goose is the wire never twists.
Never.
And it's nice and smooth, the shaft, and you get different size adapters for different size needles. They do a mini one for the small needles, then there's a small for the sort of medium size, and then they do a large one if you go up to 5s and above. So they're staggered. They've really thought about it.
Yeah, I always say with needles, it's much best to borrow a pair first of all, rather than buying yet another pair of needles. Because let's face it, if you looked in our stash of needles, I think all of us have probably got about 10 different pairs of 4mm knitting needles. None of us need another pair at all. We just don't. But if it helps you to hold the needles less tight, so you're not getting because let's face it, our thumbs can get a little bit sore. That's what I mean. You know, sometimes by changing to a different type of knitting needle, do you know what? We can knit for longer and not get the pains that we sometimes get. So if you haven't, try see if a nice friend can lend you some chow goose or something else. But I'm definitely going to try bamboo needles when I do some socks.
I can lend some of them.
Thank you.
So back to the good mornings.
Yeah, we'll go back to the so Brigitte, I'm with you a little bit on the wooden needles. We're all so different, aren't we? Thankfully, that means that there's even more needles to buy. Anne says good morning. Janice said not sunny in London, but it's not raining yet anyway, so that's good. Hello, Sarah says good morning. Georgie, good morning, Georgie. Saying good morning, kisses. Amber says good morning, everyone. Her rosewood needles are her favourites. I've not heard of rosewood needles. I've not tried them. So interesting.
They're a beautiful colour. They're an absolutely gorgeous colour. They're a lovely sort of reddish brown. They really are nice to look at.
Fabulous. So please post a pic of them so we can see. That'd be lovely. And hello to New York. Sarah says, I love some I love some bamboo needles. Got bamboo circulars and EPNs. The more needles you have, the more which you can have. I know. I'm getting really excited because I can go on to my next project soon. And Jackie says, morning all, a little bit late as was on a work phone call. Yes, I am working. Hello, Jackie. Lovely to see you as well.
But Jackie's meant to be in the Yorkshire Dales at the moment.
Oh.
On her virtual run.
Right, okay. I was sat there thinking, right, okay. So Yorkshire Dales, happy running. We're all supporting you, Jackie, with your run from north to south, which is lovely. And Amber says she loves her metal Addy too. Now, I don't think I've tried metal Addy. So
I can loan you a pair of them as well.
Oh, I love trying new needles. I just love them. Georgie says, Angela, cubics do DPNs. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that, Georgie.
I don't think I've got any of them.
I have. I've got one pair. Georgie bought me them, so thank you, Georgie. I've got one pair of cubics, and they're a 4.5, and I use them for most of the bags, so that's lovely. So that's great. And Jackie says virtual challenge. Yeah, it was a virtual challenge. Going to log out and back in again as I keep getting repetition from you both. Sorry about that. Yeah, we've just gone, the system's just been upgraded, so I don't know. But shall we have some music?
I think that's a very good idea. Hang on a minute. Where's the mute button?
Yeah, so we need to find the mute button.
I think I've got it.
I think I've got to play the stuff as well.
It's in green now.
Let me hang on a minute. Don't want that one. Don't want that one. No, I've found that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready for today's interlude. This has been requested by Dawn. So thank you, Dawn, and enjoy today's music. I've never heard that before. I've never actually heard a piece that started like that either. It was
So
really different.
unusual. But like Brigitte, I sat there thinking, I've heard that before. Now, what's that called? And neither of us can remember what it's called. Did Robert make a note?
I'm sure he has done, but I don't know what it was, I'm afraid. So we'll ask him next time. We can ask him on Wednesday. But yeah, the tune was familiar, but yeah,
Couldn't put my finger on it.
Yeah, yeah. But that was lovely. Really lovely. Chill out from Monday morning. Really uplifting and made you smile.
And calming at the same time.
Yeah. And isn't it interesting when you see a because I would imagine he's like the conductor, just orchestrating that in a totally different way. He wasn't stood up, he wasn't at the front, it was all like from seated in the middle. I thought it was lovely, absolutely lovely. So I don't know where it was, I don't know the name of the orchestra, but I'm sure we will get to know, and I'm sure Dawn knows as well. So I love that. Yeah,
it makes me. I read somewhere that when communism started in the USSR, then everybody was equal. It was decided that orchestras didn't need a conductor because everybody was equal. But a conductor, of course, a leader. But of course, when they sat the orchestra down, nobody was playing the tune. As as Eric Morecambe said, they were playing the right notes, but not necessarily in the right order. So they got a conductor.
Yeah.
I don't know whether anybody else can verify what I've just said. But yeah, it's one of those silly facts that sticks in my mind. I was cold a moment ago, but this shawl is so incredibly warm.
Please do show your shawl.
I've put a picture on Facebook.
Finished.
It hasn't been blocked. It's enormous.
It looks
very light. And I played yarn chicken with it. I didn't count how many stitches I had. And I had about a yard left of yarn.
Yeah.
So that's taking it down. Oh, Sarah says, thank you. Conductor is more for the timing than the order of the notes.
Oh,
yeah. But he's still got. Correct me, Sarah. But for everybody to be for everybody to play in time, he's got to get the order right. I think I've got that right.
It was lovely. It was just so relaxed and chilled. It was like them. It was like them just all sitting down and having a little bit of a let's just play something.
Yeah,
it was
impromptu get together.
Yeah, no, not formal. It was just lovely. Lovely. Well, that's how it appeared, and it will have taken years of practice.
Where's your mum?
Sorry?
Where's your mum?
She's in there. Escape to the Chateau's on in 5 minutes. So I've just queued everything up. Yeah.
Right. Is there a bit of echo now from me?
No. Oh, I tell you what.
Ooh.
No, but what I did do was I turned my volume up really high, so maybe that affected it. I don't know. Is that any better?
Well, it's me. Ooh, it's that big. I don't know. It's me that's making the echoey. So I don't know whether it's my end.
Did you turn it up quite loud?
No, I haven't touched it.
No, don't know.
There we go. It can go around half a dozen times. It's enormous.
That's gorgeous.
It is incredibly warm though, and I've only got a camisole on underneath. So excuse me, ladies. I'm going to change it for another one.
It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, Marion's done really well finishing that. So I don't know what else people have finished or been working on, but don't forget to show us if you have. Sorry, I was just doing a smaller shawl.
Yeah, not quite so warm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just goes to show, doesn't it? The yarn one uses.
Oh dear.
So I did gardening over the weekend. Apart from I did a bit of gardening over the weekend. Apart from
that's interesting.
Well, gardening, potting up pots.
Oh
yes. So I need it to rain, so I don't have to actually water them.
I don't know. It looks rather, to be honest, it looks as if it's going to rain, but I don't know if it's going to be just a little sprinkle.
That'll do. Oh, Sarah says, no, well, let me get this right. Amber said it was beautiful. Sarah says conductors can bring in each instrument person in order at the right time, I suppose. My dad used to conduct choral pieces. Very clever man, Sarah, if he did that. Brigitte, I find most classical music and orchestral music calming. After nearly 30 years of marriage, I finally convinced my other half to enjoy classic FM as well.
Oh,
I've got to wean mine off Radio 3 Counties. Sarah says she has a project that keeps her warm while you're making it. So does the dog. And Benita got 10 sunflower plants into the ground yesterday, and she's aching today.
wow.
We got 4 fuchsias in, 3 geraniums, 9 lobelias, and 2 something else that I can't remember what they're called.
Oh.
So that's 4 pots. And today I'm buying 2 little sort of 70 or 80 centimeter troughs that aren't very big. And all we're going to put in them is compost mixed. And on the top layer, it'd be compost mixed with some night scented stock. So we put that outside the back door and the front window. So it the scent comes in the summer. And that's all that'll be in those 2 big pots.
Oh, that'll be lovely. Really will.
Yeah.
We had we had lots of as things have changed. We had some wild poppies growing in the garden. So we took the heads of those and there were seeds in. And we ended up with a whole jar full of seeds from different parts of the garden, and we kept forgetting to sprinkle them. So it got to last year and we did actually sprinkle them. Alan's done a sunken garden bit, so we've sprinkled them all around there, thinking, well, who knows, we might only get 2 germinating. I looked the other day, wow. We have all got hundreds of these little poppies popping up, which will be brilliant. So we're going to have a profusion of poppies at some point, all around his choicey bushes, which will be great.
Do you know what colours they are, or are they all red?
Well, I'm presuming that they're going to be red, but who knows? Because I think we found a random packet that was probably about 20 years old somewhere. So we just put everything together, and because if you have a packet of seeds that's gone out of date, they will still germinate, but a reduced number will germinate out of every packet. So if you've got something 10 years old, it's still worth throwing them in, because you might get a couple that will flower. So who knows what's going to be there, but we'll see. And I got some that were in the they had like a white cross on, so the red with a white cross on as well. They were pretty. So we need to sow those, but we're going to do them in 2 different phases, so that you have some this week and then some next week, and maybe some another week as well. So yeah, so phased ting.
You might get some yellow ones in there.
Oh yeah, I've got no idea. So it'd be nice, and it's at we've got one of those you know, the metal Tommies. Oh, they're in the you see them like the Tommy soldier, and it's just the outline of a Tommy soldier.
I know what you mean.
So we've got one of those at the bottom of the garden, and we do actually have a World War One exploded, may I add, bomb canister as well. So it's at the bottom of the garden that we brought back from Belgium. So that we found.
So they let you through customs with it, or didn't they know you had it, or didn't you declare it?
Well, they just waved us through because we went on the channel, so it was in the back of the car.
So right. You didn't declare it, and they didn't ask. Very
no, because they just wave you through. It's like when you're going through an airport, they do specifically ask you, but there, it's you just drive straight through. So we had them there to say, we've got these, but no, they just don't go. So I went, okay.
The biggest thing I've ever brought back from abroad was years and years and years ago. We went by ferry to Holland, and I brought back flowers. I mean, an enormous great flower, and I got stopped at customs. Yeah. And this customs officer, she said, that's rather a lot of flowers you've got there, madam. I would have been in my 30s, I think. And I said, well, these are for my mother and mother-in-law. But in Amsterdam, this is a small bunch, so I got away with it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry, can I just say there was nothing in them whatsoever that could have gone off. It was just the shell, the outer shell. Yeah. That's all it was. So don't worry, the inside stuff is gone. But yeah.
Hang on, I've got to work. There we go. It's got. Sarah said she overplanted her sunflowers this year, thinking they wouldn't all germinate. She was wrong. Anne says that there was no gardening here over the weekend, but it was raining and lightning. Still raining on and off today. We had no lightning.
No. And
Brigitte says that her sunflowers are called chocolat. They are bushy and multi-headed and use seeds from last year to make little plants.
Oh, that's good.
Did the birds eat the seeds, Brigitte? Sarah says, oh, sounds lovely, Brigitte. I just plant the sunflower bird seed. Oh, why not? Janice says, problem here with the potting plants out the front as they get stolen. I have a huge pot out there with a hydrangea, which does get left alone as it's too heavy to move, but nothing else. Yeah, we've put in 3 hydrangeas last week, and they're all in pots. I'd like to see somebody try and lift that lot up. Sarah says that she planted some tomatoes in the front garden, and she's a bit nervous about scrumpers. Not that they look like they're ever going to get bigger than the 4 inches or so they're in there now. I take it she's talking about the plants being 4 inches, not the tomatoes are 4 inches. Brigitte says that they planted 14 money makers and 6 vine tomatoes from seeds. Last year we had 52 kilos from the 6 plants.
Absolutely. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Very
productive. At that rate, I'd only need 1 plant. But I was talking to Brigitte, and she introduced me to something called a tomato halo, which I have a tomato halo. It's an object that is circular. It's a circle within a circle, and the inner circle you put compost in, and you put the tomato in. The outer circle has slots for you to put the bamboo canes in, so that you can make a wigwam, and the tomatoes grow up.
Oh,
so I don't know whether I've got to have a look online and see if they're also suitable for cucumbers. Because if so, then I will do a couple of tomato plants and maybe a cucumber plant, because there's nothing like picking a cucumber off the plant and eating it straight away. Absolutely nothing like it. Cucumbers.
You just reminded me. I grew some. They were munching something or others, and they were really, really hot and fiery, but they were delicious. And I'm going to have to see if I can find some of them. They were
chili.
What were they? Huh? No, they weren't chilies. I can't remember. But they were great. They were only tiny little things, and you'd eat one and it'd be fine, and then the next one it'd be like a chili. But they were, what on earth were they? They were like radishes, like little radishes, but the radishes grew really tall off this little plant. Well, it's quite a big plant. They were very, very pretty. So I might see if I can put some of those, because they were so pretty with the flowers as well. They'd be nice.
Sarah's.
I hope everything's okay, Sarah.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully everyone's doing really well with their.
I hope people have put lots of knitting things in Facebook. I tried to have a quick look, but before we came on air, oh, that sounds posh. But I didn't manage it because I thought I'd signed up for the wrong thing. I tried 2 goes at getting on this morning before I twigged what I had to do.
Right. Well, I've just gone in, so I'm just going to refresh.
Yeah.
Right there. I think we're fine now. So just on, Joe, there's one thing I absolutely love about Facebook. It's about your memories. So just as I'm finishing this today, does anyone remember that book that I got?
Oh, yes, last year.
A year today is when it arrived. And once I finish this, that cardigan that I love is what I'm starting.
And do you know what came on my Facebook memories today? A
What's
photograph of a wool shop in Oslo.
See, it happens for a reason, doesn't it? And are you actually going to pick up some of that Oslo wool?
Well, we're not going. We're not going to go to
sorry, I meant from your stash.
Yeah, it was a picture of a wool shop in Oslo that we went to Christmas 2018.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when we did the Christmas markets.
Oh, wow.
Good God, was it that long ago? Must have been. Because we lost 2020, didn't we? Because of lockdown.
Yeah, you did.
2018 that we went.
Wow. Right, okay, let me go into Facebook and let's have a look and see what's in there. So, Sarah is working on 2 crochet blankets from Anthony.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
The green one is Meadow and on the first cake, and the blue one is Seashore and just starting the 3rd ball. So is the green one, is it that one? Yeah, and that's Seashore. Oh, wow.
I'm not sure. You're still quite large on my screen, so am I. I don't know how big Facebook is turning up on other people's screens. Is it smaller or larger than it was before?
On mine, it's looking okay.
I don't know.
Can somebody just say if it's okay?
Toggle. What's toggle full screen? What's this one do? Open settings, close chat. No. Toggle full screen. I'm going to try something, ladies.
Hopefully she won't exclude herself.
No, that's all right.
So for you viewing from home, can you see it? Yeah. Is it the overlay you're referring to, Marion?
Yeah. Facebook only takes up half the screen now, and there isn't that little button that we found on the old Demio that we could click and it would practically take up full screen. Yeah, Brigitta's saying presenters still as big as without Facebook. There must be a way.
Hang on a minute. Is that it?
That's it. We've disappeared, but Facebook is now only half the size. Can you enlarge it? We've gone entirely. You and I. Are you still there?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, Brigitta's saying presenters disappeared. Facebook's still small. Yeah, that's what I've got.
Hang on a minute.
Whatever it is, it has to be done your end because it's not my.
I can't find anything else that I can actually
press.
Right.
No, that's the and me back again.
No, I'm doing that for. I'm going back to share it in a different way, and we'll see if this. Does that make it any different?
We're a bit smaller. And Facebook is a bit larger. But now you've got the screen as well,
yeah.
the chat as well.
I'm just trying a different way.
Perhaps we should have tried this out before.
Is that any better? I'm so sorry.
We can see the pictures.
Yeah. Okay, what I'll do is I will just click on them like that so you can see everyone. So
pretty.
Yeah, they're both looking beautiful, aren't they?
That's Sarah's. Yeah.
That's Sarah's, yeah. So let's just go through.
That's interesting, Janice. Janice says she has some buttons at the top of the screen I never had before. One is a J in a grease circle, which I assume is me. Yeah. The new thing to me is used to only see your green circles there. What other buttons have you got, Janice? Have you got a round button with a line through the middle? It'll be on the right hand side. Well, it was before. Are you still there?
Sorry, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking to Janice. Sorry.
Oh, well. Yeah, these are lovely that Robert made. Are they to be stitch markers?
Yes.
Yeah, round button is to make it full screen. Yeah, try that, Janice, and see if it makes Facebook full screen. Does that work?
Does that?
I don't know. I'm waiting for Janice to come back.
Okay. What I'll do is
this is definitely a Gogglefrog moment.
Yeah, it is definitely. So
but it makes it a bit bigger.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry about that. We will see. So there's the stitch markers that Robert's been working on. Here's your shawl that we have seen in the flesh. Looks fantastic.
But it does need blocking. If I tell you we have a king size bed and that edge to edge is diagonally and it still hangs off the edges, you get an idea of how big it is.
It is fabulous. Absolutely amazing. Do you know what? It's very, very rare that you actually create something like that, isn't it? Because normally they're smaller, but that's amazing.
Thank you.
So Deborah's gone to get some new glasses, so we will see Deborah soon. Sorry, she'll see us on the replay. And Marion, you won at Yarn Chicken. When I first saw this, I thought it was one of those pictures, you know, when you look at something, it's either a lady or an old woman. As I looked at it, and then I actually read the comment above, and it was like, no, it isn't one of those joke things. But well done for winning at Yarn Chicken. That's brilliant.
Thank you.
How much was left then?
That was it, a yard.
A yard. Oh my word.
Yard.
That was funny. I just put this little picture up. Curly is chilling. So Curly's with me all the time. He's here at the side of me now.
Larry's
so
and I told you, didn't I? Granddaughter came up and said, why's that set up there, Nanny? I said, well, what have we got? Oh, Ollie, she goes, he'd have it. I said, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, bless. No,
yes, Lisa, it was very lucky.
Now, I must say that this cat and this sheep, I think, are the cutest cat and sheep I've ever seen. This is what Splodge does with the sheepskin rug, actually. Every day when she comes in, she'll tootle around and then she will sit for half an hour just kneading. But that cat is just so cute. And the sheep looks to be really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Or maybe the sheep doesn't even know that she's there because she's got such thick fur. No, she doesn't know that she's there. But that's like Trisha put this comment on, not too sure. Might those scissors be Merchant and Mills? I'm not too sure. So please clarify it's something that I said or something that I showed on a picture. Not too sure. Wendy said, I'm going to go straight past those boobies. That was, did we show this? When was the 15th?
2 days. No, we didn't. I don't think we showed this.
No, I don't think we did. This is lovely. So Isina has shown this. Absolutely lovely. She said the buttons arrived the next day, but I think it was beautiful. And I just love that little those sections and that divide. I don't know if you term it a cable.
No, it looks like a largish pearl stitch.
But it looks like it's got the definition of a cable, hasn't it? And it was. I actually took a step back and thought we always do cables in a certain way, but that's got the same effect as a cable would have about dividing and showing. So I just think it looks lovely. Absolutely,
it looks like a plait.
Yeah, it's just really different, isn't it? So I thought it was lovely, absolutely lovely.
This refers back to the sheep and the cat and says "Pussycat Heaven."
Yes, absolutely. And Linda, I think we showed this last night.
Yes,
we did. We showed that. We saw Sarah's, did we?
Yes, I think we did.
Or did we? When was? No, it's the. Is it the 17th today?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. So this came in the afternoon. So Sarah's shown her cushion that she made for her Ottoman out scraps, and her reading nook is complete. Her little nook and cranny, as you would call it. So it looks absolutely amazing. So well done. Dawn posted this. We've seen that one.
We've seen that.
We've seen Tracy's as well. We've seen Grace's, which is lovely. We've seen yours. So I think we're up to date. So if we're not, let me know.
I wonder if Rebecca had the Pfizer jab, as she said she's wiped out after second jab, because with the Pfizer, you're okay if you're going to have any bad effects. It's after second jab, apparently. Astra, bad effect first time. fine second time. Fi's a fine first time, bad second time. If you're going to have a reaction.
Right, okay.
That's apparently how it goes.
Oh.
Everybody, you know, it seems to be the thing. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. I've still got to. Let's see if I can get everybody smaller. Well, how did I do it? That.
I don't know.
No. That's better.
What did you do?
Because I made you full screen. It's called toggle full screen. And as I haven't got a clue what toggle means in a computer world, I took a chance. I'm running out of power, so I've got to.
Oh, right, I can see that as well now. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's like it looks like a barbell on its side.
Oh, well, have I shown you these before?
Don't think so unless you showed them to us as skeins.
Right, okay, well, this is a cardigan that's been frogged.
Robert's done his.
Yeah, and I just thought I'd show you them because A, they look gorgeous, and B, this looks nothing like jewel spun looks in a bowl.
No, it doesn't.
So I've got all of these now, and I am going to do a blanket. But not at the moment because I want to get on with my cat cardigan. But I just thought I'd show you that because they're just look how different the colours are.
Yeah.
Like if you looked at that and if you looked at that, you'd think there were two totally different colours. But yeah, it's all the same. So I've got all of these now, all neatly done. And Robert loved doing that one because it was all fine.
I've got something he can frog for me. I have decided to frog the poncho jacket.
Sorry, I was rattling that blinking bag that I got a freebie kit in.
No, I said I've decided to frog the poncho jacket.
The poncho jacket?
Yeah, the Louisa Harding poncho that I was converting into a jacket. Because I didn't like the texture of the yarn. I think I've knitted it on 2 small needles.
Oh.
So it's been sat next to me, and it's been sat next to me, and it's been sat next to me. And I finally took the decision yesterday that no, it's a bit on the dense side. It's not draping right. So it's got to go.
Do you know what? It's so good to make that decision though. Like I had this cardigan that I kept folding up and throwing in the bottom of the blooming wardrobe, and now it's in beautiful cakes. So I can use it for anything now. And
if I'd really wanted it to be finished, I'd have finished it by now, wouldn't I?
You would have, yeah. I do think that Louisa Harding jumper is absolutely beautiful, but I've started it and frogged it. You made it and got a hole in it.
That was the yarn. That was the yarn.
I know, but just that pattern, I think it's one of the most done Louisa Hardings ever. It is the most beautiful pattern. It really is. I love it. But yeah.
Do you remember the original poncho that I did in that sort of cerise purpley thing that developed the holes, and you very kindly sent me the instructions as to how to fix the holes? Well, I didn't. I thought I'll frog it, and I'll frog the whole poncho. After all, it's just 2 pieces. So I very carefully got the sleeves off both ends, and I started to unfrog it, and the yarn just kept splitting, just kept coming away like a piece of felt. So I thought it's not meant to be, and I took it down to the bin and I chucked it.
because I do think it was like an Aran tweed, but rather than it being spun, it was like slubbed, and if you pulled it, it just went into two separate pieces. Absolutely beautiful, but certain things aren't intended to be frogged. No, it's like mohair, isn't it? Mohair's a nightmare. Oh, that is so much work.
It managed to get moth in it from somewhere, but I don't know where.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to go and get a glass of water. I've got a frog in it.
Oh,
water. So I've got to finish this row first.
Oh, bless. Well, good luck with the frogging and with the recreating.
Well, one could say that I'm doing an Angela.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Robert would like to frog it for me, I'd be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, it was just so lovely to get it back already to start a new project. And the thing is, like when you get them back like this, it just looks brand new. Whereas normally when we frog something and unpick it, it's in these balls, and you can see all the little where where it's all still holding the shape of the stitch.
Before I cough.
That's right. But absolutely lovely. So I've got no qualms about frogging it, because I've not really worn it. I think I'd worn it twice in a year. And when you wear something just twice, it's really not inspiring you. So, but to get it back in cakes, or if you've got something at home that can create cakes, just frog whatever you want. Get it done. And then it's just lovely. Lovely, bouncy, beautiful. I'm ready to start again and be inspired again. And I was looking, I thought, do you know what? I have seen quite a lot of different blankets with different designs, and there's some blankets with bobbles on. I don't think it needs it. I think that wool just needs something really plain, because it's like the Norro colour changes. You don't want anything too complicated with lovely variegated yarn changes. So but that will be something that turns
into then I found out something with this yarn already that I'm using. It's a twist. It's a double twist, right? And it's quite thick, but there's a very fine nylon or artificial twist that's going round to keep it together. And if you're not careful, your needle catches it. Do you know what I mean? Let's see if I can.
So it like splits the yarn.
Yeah. So it can split, but apart from that, it knits up beautifully evenly. And yeah.
That's lovely.
So yes, so far I can recommend this. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to show you. Just got a couple of minutes. This is the other thing I treated myself to. And you see, Angela? You're on mute.
Am I back now?
Yeah. This is
what's that?
It's a sheepies. What are they? They're a mixed silk. It's called the Skies collection, and every cloud, and it's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 1-ounce skeins of yarn, cotton, and it's knitted on 3mm needles. This is the only colorway they do it in, and I've been looking and I've been looking, and I was hoping that they were going to do it in a pink palette, pink going through to purple, but they haven't. I hope they do bring them out in different colours, because I thought it was rather nice to have that gentle gradient. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do with it, mind.
That's beautiful. Absolutely.
But yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, we must be on 11 o'clock now, so I'm just going to catch up on chat. Brigitta's saying goodbye. See you Wednesday evening. Yes, see you Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. BST, British Standard Time.
7:30. 7:30.
7:30. Sorry, I'd have been turned up late again. Amber says, thank you everyone for a wonderful start. We've had some echoes with certain people, a lot of comments about the jab. And I'm the same pretty yarn. So anyway, it is, I'm sure it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock on the dot. So thank you so much for joining me, Marion. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Tomorrow, I don't know what Tuesday is, but we'll try and get back to the mashup Monday, and this is a bit of a mashup because I have modified the pattern. I'll show you what the pattern looked like, what mine looked like, and what the finished bit is. So we'll do something for Tuesday, and then we'll see what you have work in progress Wednesday. So you take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, be safe, and see you Wednesday evening.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.